Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video on the Phoenix Production / Phoenix Doctor channel. And today's video is one that's been a long waiting, and I should have done one of these way sooner. This is my review on Power of the Doctor. So I'm going to start off with Dan, John Bishop's character. John Bishop is an absolutely phenomenal actor, but I have got to admit, in this episode, I feel like his character is slightly underused. I can understand his character's arc, and I can appreciate that his character leaves due to not wanting to push over the edge and dying. Next, I'm going to talk about Mandip Gill's character, Yaz. Yaz has such an incredible role in this episode. It is amazing to finally see her character fully utilised, and to understand throughout the arc of the story that as a companion she learns that the Doctor needs her more than she needs them. Next we have Sacha Dhawan's Master, and an incredible pushback to John Sim in this episode. Very theatrical, very in charge, very... I want to use the word maniacal, but regardless, Sacha Dhawan kills it in this episode. He absolutely brings it, even with the song Rah Rah Rasputin playing in the background. You know that this character owns the room, and that is what is so amazing in this episode. Next, we go on to Jacob Anderson, who plays Vinda. Jacob Anderson, you absolutely smashed it in this episode. Even though, I will be honest, for a plot I felt like there were some bits that your character just happened to be there, but you gave it in Flux, and I feel like you gave it in this. So for me, I think you killed it in this episode. Ace's character in this whole story, well, as Graham puts it, you were Ace. From the beginning, where she feels like the Doctor doesn't fully acknowledge or really care, to the realization and conversation with her Doctor, I just feel like it was so well deserved. Along with Tegan as well in this episode, Tegan and A. The thing as well to point out that I really loved in this episode, how Tegan doesn't exactly forgive the Doctor for leaving and kind of moving on. So when Yaz walks into the room, Tegan is very to the point, and I love that about her character in this. Next up, the Doctors. David Bradley, Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, and even Sylvester McCoy, along with Paul McGann, all absolutely kill it in this episode. It's been a long time ask from me and the fans that we finally get to see them all back on screen. And this I've got to say was the best way. Now for my kind of second dislike in this episode. Gemma Redgrave is a phenomenal actress, but I felt that her character was very underused and used in a way that doesn't exactly associate with the character. And that's the weakness in the scene with cyberconversion. But that's only my personal preference. Now back onto more of a positive note. Graham, Ian Chesterton, Mel, Joe Grant, Tegan, Ace, Yaz, and John Bishop, all in a room talking about their experience with the Doctor. I can't be the only one. And look, I'm not, Graham says in this scene. Just a remarkable way to reevaluate to people that no one is alone in their experience, and to kind of reimburse the fact that the Doctor has affected so many people in their lifetime, made so many amazing friends, and to watch and see that flourish and see that they all have this in common is brilliant. It also kind of reevaluates that the modern era aren't the only companions out there. Now on to Jodie Whittaker. Her performance in this episode alone really hit home. I'm so glad to have been able to witness and watch the arc from her very first episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, to this moment. Jodie Whittaker has proven to everyone that she is the Doctor. No matter what you say, no matter what your opinions may be of the series as a whole, she is the Doctor. And now that she's gone, it's still, you can still look back at this moment and go, yes, that was the Doctor. Now, the next thing I'm about to talk about is a big spoiler for the episode. If you have not finished watching the episode, click off the video right now. You have been warned. Yes, he's back. David Tennant is back as the Doctor. It is amazing to see this moment, to see that he has taken back the role. And for the future of Doctor Who, this moment really does say something. It shows that there is change coming. And maybe something old isn't so bad. Due to only a couple mishaps with this episode, I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. Pretty good episode all round. And even better than that, we have seen a short glimpse, maybe not much, but a short glimpse of Ncuti Gatwa. And I've got to say, from watching him in Sex Education to watching his small performance in this so far, I can see him doing an absolutely phenomenal job as the Doctor. And yes, he has big boots to fill, but so does anyone in any role. And I am pleased to say that from the looks of it and the way that Doctor Who is going, I think we have a bright future ahead. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.